What's going on? I'm Zedmont, also known as a non-moose on other circles, places, archipelagos, things like that. What we're going to do today is some warships. Now, a lot of you have mentioned some things about warships, and I wanted to pass them along. Number one, this season is rough, and the reason that it's so rough, let me just explain that to you, mansplain it. What we're going to do here is, as soon as you get to... Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. As soon as I get to 4 engine rooms, someone has boom cannons. As soon as you get to boom cannons, someone has extra troop health. Troop health, sky shields, barrage, shock launchers. So that whole top row is just so clustered and bad and awful and painful, simply because you start to feel good. You're like, oh, I finally got to boom cannons, and guess what? Someone's got troop health. Like, it's just such a frustrating season for that. So 4 engine rooms, if you can skip it, just go all the way to 5. Get the heck out of 4. It's a pain in the butt. Just wanted to give you an insight on the big, huge, stupid, dumb mistake that I made. I maxed this troop health. I was feeling all good. Then I went back and realized I hadn't maxed this one. So don't be like Zedmont. I know Be Like Mike was a thing back in the day, but do go back through your tech tree, have a look, see if you've forgotten anything. Maybe you didn't max troop health and then you came down here and you're looking at shock launchers with big heart eyes, but just go back, have a quick look. Now, I recommend, I was asked yesterday, should I go for shock launchers or rocket choppas? All about shock launchers for me. Rocket choppas become useless as soon as people have well-placed boom cannons. I did lose a couple times to rocket choppas yesterday. Let's see if maybe they use them. Let's have a quick look here. Nope. So this was not the one. So what people were doing, this is why my boom cannons are all into the central area. If with your boom cannons around the outside, which this one probably should be a little bit more central, I would think. With the boom cannons around the outside, Bullet just walks through all of this, and the rocket choppas stay in behind. Having your boom cannons in the middle, obviously, I'm not sure this is the best location for them or not, but having them in the middle stops rocket choppas because you don't want to lose to rocket choppas. It's painful and frustrating and embarrassing. So what we're going to do is we're going to use heavies, all heavies still. I don't have riflemen. I've considered it so many times. If you're using riflemen, please do let me know. Sky shields, people are using them so poorly. There are often little tiny spots you can flare to without any problem at all. This person sadly is not having that problem. I don't think there's a tiny little spot that we might be able to flare, but I really doubt it. So this one is going to be a slog. What I'm going to do is I'm going to throw riflemen into the mix. I know I just said I wasn't going to, but what I like to do is, you see this? Cannon, boom cannon, sniper tower. By throwing some, even level 1, what are these things called? Riflemen out front, you end up getting all sorts of them shot in the face, which saves your heavies. Now, this is probably not going to work because I use 2 boats of them, and I've never used 2 boats of them in the history of this channel. But what we're going to do at the same time is get rid of that shock launchers. Shock launchers are the devil. They are incredibly painful. And rather than having to shock it 3-4 times, something like that, I'm just going to artillery it. That is my solution to shock launchers, is just get rid of them. The faster you get rid of them, the better off you're going to be. And it's going to help you. Now, this person does not have mines, so we should be able to keep most of our riflemen alive, as you can see here, just splitting our troops, letting them go forwards, not using any flares, which does definitely pain me. I hate to see these kind of attacks, but at the same time, I'm just going to get the heck out of here. Let's get all of these engine rooms down before we go anywhere near that gosh darn sky shields. Sky shields are fantastic to have here. They've been great, they've been interesting, and I hope they take a season or 2 off because they're a pain in the neck. Now, you'll notice I'm down a number of riflemen. Every single rifleman that dies is potentially keeping one of our heavies alive, which is a good thing. So that shock launcher is underneath the sky shield, but you can still shock it. I hope everyone knows that. I assume everyone knows that. But there are some things that I simply have to say, for fear of people not knowing, such as the Admirals Key. Someone asked me yesterday, I bought the Admirals Key, how come I don't get everything for free? So the Admirals Key has not been terribly well advertised, unfortunately. So you don't get everything for free. I have so much gunboat energy for free right now. What am I thinking? We've already lost. I'm too busy talking about the Admirals Key, but the Admirals Key simply allows people with HQ10 to get the entire tree, or HQ13 to get the entire tree. If you are engine room locked, the Admirals Key unlocks that lock. Yeah, blah. So basically, you see here, actually I can't even show you here. So if we look at this engine room right here, it says you have to be HQ18. With the Admirals Key, you don't need to be HQ18, but you don't get all the nodes unlocked. You don't get magical. It doesn't give you unlock tokens or upgrade tokens. Let's keep moving forward, hoping to get something good of an attack, just hoping for anyone to make a mistake with a Sky Shield. Now, this is a mistake, in my opinion. This is why I don't place the Sky Shield in this corner or in this corner. Let's get going. We're going to get back to all heavies because riflemen are going to be no good for us here. Leading out with Bullet, I always, most of the time, drop Bullet first, simply because that way he gets shot in the face as we're trying to get to where I want to get to. And now we're going to flare right back into here. And the reason for that is that we can get all of our troops right where we want them to be without having to worry about that gosh darned Sky Shield. Now you see this? They're just going to wrap right on top of that engine room, all things magical, and then they're going to clear the engine room without having to get rid of that Sky Shield. Good things are happening. And now we can just get the heck out of Dodge. Get one. Actually, we managed to get the Sky Shield down. Picked up a little bit of free gunboat energy there, which is fantastic. I'm going to start artillerying that back engine room. I have a hard time. I don't know when to artillery engine rooms and when just to rush for them, because often I will get all the way back there and then have no gunboat energy left. So artillerying engine rooms, not the best tactic. It's dangerous, it's scary, but I think we should be good on this one, simply because I've got enough gunboat energy for Bullet to stay alive. He's not getting hurt all that terribly badly, and if he does engine, what's it called? We're going to get enough GBE right here for an extra energy drink, and we're still going to lose because I didn't math that properly. In my head, I was thinking, well, when the engine room goes down, I'll use an energy drink. Not a lot of sense. Nonetheless, we got all four. That's a step in the right direction. We managed to bypass their ridiculous Sky Shield. Look at that. We won. We won. A win on warships is, on 4 engine rooms, is more satisfying than any other engine room I can remember, except for like 3 seasons ago when that 2 engine room massacre was happening. So this person has a low-level shock launcher. Should not be a huge concern, but there's a whole lot of stuff going on here. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to drop 8 boats of heavies on the left. We're going to go get this engine room. We're going to artillery this shock launcher. Getting rid of shock launchers, did I just miss? No, I didn't. Okay, I thought I did for a second there. Getting rid of shock launchers is far, far better than shocking them for the most part. Obviously, it does depend, but for me, shocking the shock launchers is a bad idea, simply because maybe it's because my shocks are only level 1, but it just seems like it's a terrible choice, and every time I do it I fully regret it. So if they only have 1 shock launcher that's a concern, I will just straight out BART it out. I forgot to drop Bullet. I always do this. It drives me nuts. Every time I try and do this diagonal path, I end up forgetting about Bullet. And forgetting about Bullet is a massive mistake. So we're going to have to get all the way back into here. On the plus side, Bullet has lots of health at the moment, but on the minus side, not super duper awesome at all. But I really do like that diagonal path. I find that it works incredibly well. And then we can just smoke on out of here, get 1 more smoke, and then just throw all of our artillery onto that engine room, hoping to get rid of it. Getting rid of the flamethrower will definitely help us. That diagonal path, if you drop Bullet nice and early, basically as soon as you throw the flare back to there, he will get in the perfect position. And we managed to get a half-decent time and caused our opponent to retreat. There's something satisfying about your opponent retreating. It just means that they know they have no chance. Also, it's a gentlemanly move. What's the gender neutral gentleman? Anyways, let's see this engine room. Love it. I'm gonna BART that out. Possibly. Like, I absolutely love BARTing out engine rooms that are covered by sky shields but not covered terribly well. So hopefully we can get all of our dudes into here. You can gap smoke your heavies. Just throw, I like to wait a quarter of a half of a second just before that shock launcher fires, and then you can get all of your heavy dudes into here. You know what? I take it back. We're not going to BART out that back engine room. Bad things are going to happen. And now we're going to hopefully farm some gunboat energy as that one heavy was hopefully going to distract that shock launcher for us, but it never did. I'm going to drop Bullet at the right time here. Hopefully he's going to stay alive. He's going to have to clear all sorts of mines. That shock launcher is going to lock onto him, which is going to be both good and bad. It means for our returning heavies, they're going to be in a fantastic position, but Bullet is going to be not super duper awesome here. So now we're coming back, folks. Don't call it a comeback. Let's go. So many heavies still alive. Bullet is fully distracting that shock launcher, which is fantastic. Gonna use an energy drink so he doesn't die. And then as soon as that goes down, we're going to flare all the way back into here. And I love this. It's just so incredibly satisfying to me to have Bullet and all of the dudes just sneak in behind that engine room and take it down. Because that sky shield is so poorly placed that even if we're going to lose, I just get this weird sense of satisfaction of flaring inside a sky shield. So please be careful where you place your sky shields. Make sure people can't throw artillery or flares inside of it, or you're going to have a bad day. So definitely, we did lose 3 seconds. Definitely need to tighten things up a little bit, but the important part for me is just staying in gold, making sure that as we're moving forward, I am continuing to get gold boxes. Now, I'm going to unlock our friendly neighborhood barrage. I'm not going to upgrade them. I am waiting for shock launchers. I want to upgrade my shock launchers. Sitting a shock launcher perfectly underneath a sky shield is so infuriating that I want to do it, partially just to cause that frustration on other players, partially because I want to see how other people deal with it. Shock launchers underneath sky shields, so difficult to deal with. I realize you can shock them. You can also potentially artillery them depending on where they sit, but we're going to go right back into here again, exploiting that poor placement. I guess it's not a super poor placement, but it is definitely not ideal by them. So we're going to get all of our troops up in here nice and tight, and then as soon as that smoke wears off, I'm going to shock that flamethrower. So we can basically clear everything of danger underneath that sky shield, clear that engine room, and then just get off to the races in about 3, 2, 1 now. And if you're wondering why I brought Bullet, I don't know. I probably should have not brought Bullet, but now we can just throw all sorts of gunboat energy on this far engine room and try and take that one down using a slightly different technique, getting all of our dudes in here. That way we don't have to come across all of these mines. There's this weird little thing. As soon as we get in behind this base is fairly easy to take down. I think the machine guns, there's no flamethrowers there, so we should be able to take down this middle engine room. I know I just called it a base, but now that is into position, actually, you know what? I'm going to use a barrage. I was waiting for an artillery. I'm not used to having barrage here, so that's a complete and utter brain fart on my part. My artillery's maxed. My barrage is level 1, obviously, but I'm going to have to figure out the equivalent level of how many artillery to throw, how many barrage to throw at level 1. Now, there is a fantastic website, I will throw it in the comments down below, called Pixel Crux, that shows exactly how many barrage, how many artillery you need, and you can select the level. So obviously with warships, I don't think it's been updated for warships, but warships gunboat energy, as you can see here, it's level 5. So it looks like it's level 1, but it's just mirrored off the main base. So it is level 5 barrage, which is why it does 4170. So when you're using that calculator, look at the actual level, not the tier on warships or whatever it's called. Actually, I should probably I think I can message that person who runs that calculator and let them know, because That would be useful, I think. So which way do we want to go? Up top, they've got boom mines, couple flamethrowers. Down bottom, they have fewer flamethrowers. We're going to go down the bottom. And I'm going to hopefully be able to get all of this stuff. And again, that sky shield not perfectly placed. I don't think it is difficult to see simply because sky shields have that weird, I don't like it at all. I really, really think that's annoying. The fact that it's got the bottom shield and the top shield. Just show us one shield in a circle. That way we can actually figure out what the heck we're trying to do here. But obviously that is not an option because they don't like to do that for us. So I'm going to come over into here. We're going to throw an extra smoke. I'm going to come into here. I should be throwing a barrage back there. And now that we're over to the side, why I'm over to the side, I just don't like to have all my troops dead center. Now I'm just hoping, praying, begging the Boom Beach gods to let me up. It did not work. So you can see there my flare was in the perfect spot, but it did not work whatsoever. So we are going to lose simply because I don't know how to flare, and I flared the space behind that sky shield. So bad. I'm just going to retreat. Let's save ourselves some time, save that person some time, let them know that they can save some troops if they so desire. GG. Blah. Anyways, that is Warships for today. I should hopefully be able... Nope, not today. So we're not going to get the shock launcher today on this account, but step in the right direction, slowly moving up, slowly progressing, getting barrage. Going to use that calculator. Anyways, that's it for me. Bit of an up and down video. Just wanted to show the ups and downs of 4 engine rooms. I don't have all the answers for you. I don't have a way to win when you don't have boom cannons or troop health or sky shields. But there are some little tips there that'll keep you moving forward. And this season, I think there's going to be a lot of people who don't make it to 5 engine rooms because the 4 engine room thing is just a complete and utter slaughter. But just remember, we've got 18 days left. So just pick up those chests, pick up those tokens, keep banking them, and then 5 engine rooms should hopefully be better simply because, I mean, bombardiers will make a difference, seekers will make a difference, but overall, things are a lot more even for the next little bit. 4 engine rooms is just so tiered and so frustrating. Anyways, that's it for me. I'm Zedma. As always, thanks for coming in. Peace. Okay.